Hi, this is Gamer channel, and now you will about to see and watch another review in the GameWorld show. This is Total War Attila. In the previous games, the title was reversed, and it should be Attila Total War, as was in Rome Total War, Medieval 1 and Medieval 2 Total War, and Empire Total War, Shogun 2 Total War, but after Rome, they reversed it. It's something similar like that in Heroes of Might and Magic series, where they put Might and Magic in front and in the back heroes, so it's quite a strange thing for me, but that's for sure. Um, okay, you can see here the map section, the famous map section of the Total War series. It is the same almost as was in Rome 2 Total War. Total War Rome 2 now. And I didn't quite like this type of map, and the style too, we can't see too much too good, in a good way, and sometimes we can unrecognizable objects and units and cities. It's quite nice, but not practical so much. I think you can see here in the upper side, in the clouds and everything, but you can see the main focus points, the main basic things sometimes, so it's quite not good. I didn't like the map of King Arthur 1 and 2 also, sometimes a little bit similar to this. You can see the change effects of the weather effects, also the seasons throughout the year, but you can't see the game mechanics, the basics well. I think this is my opinion, but who knows? Yeah. Okay, you can see here that the design and the interface is almost so similar to Rome 2, and also the game engine is the same, and also some mechanics are the same. In this game, there are many new tribes and nations. They appeared in the period of time when Attila, the Hun leader, appeared too. And in this game, many tribal forces appear, including the Huns, and threatening the remainings of the Roman Empire, which is collided into two in this period of time. You know, the Western Roman Empire and the Eastern Roman Empire, and the others as well, Franks, Saxons, Britons, and everything else. And because of that, there's almost two kind of gameplay style in this game. The first one is the tribal life, the Hun kind of game mechanics, which contains a rush tactic. You can rush enemies with huge amount of armies and troops, but in lack of a great consistent empire, because you have vast armies and you have a tribal life and method. You will go further and further and not stopping, and leave anything in ruin and raze behind you, and many cities will be burned by the Hun tribes and the other tribes as well, with the goats and other goats. So this is one kind of gameplay when you can use these kind of tribes for pillaging, for razing cities, and rushing through the enemies. This is kind of a barbarian type of gameplay. You know, Diablo 2 and 3 maybe. There is a character, a class named Barbarian. These are the types of nations and tribes this time of period of history. That is kind of the same that as Diablo 2 or Diablo 3's Barbarian class. And they can build because of that in a concrete city or exact city, they can just build on the steppes, on the grasses, on the big waste of fields. Many tribes can do that in this game. They can build huts, they can build buildings which are about of the caterings and about the animal lives. It's quite a strange and unique and other kind of type of building situations and method from the other Total War games, and also from the other types of nations. And some people and fans like this way. I don't quite. Maybe because I'm just used to from the original type of gameplay and original type of building structures and the empire bridges and empire spreading across the globe or across the Europe. And the previous Total War games kind of like that way. So, and secondly and thirdly, I choose the more normal type of nation. The Franks and Saxons. Here are the Franks. Firstly, I made a choice by the White Huns, but I didn't quite like that type of gameplay. The Total War Attila, I think it's a much more harder type of game than the previous ones, but a more better type of game than the previous Rome 2 Total War, because Rome 2 had got so many problems, not just technical ones and bugs, but also in the main basic game mechanics, and also the graphics was much more uglier than it was used to be. They previewed the demo demonstrations. Firstly, when they do that, maybe in 2012 or 13, beginning of 13, and the graphics was astonishing and quite powerful. But when the game is released, it's much more uglier, and it was much more buggy and much more bad in technical ways. Also, there are many DLCs with many new nations. Here in Attila as well, sadly, there are many DLCs you can you can pay too much, maybe twice of the price of the main game with the DLCs, or maybe more, 3 times of the price. So the game in that way, in the original full complete game with VR type of way, is costed too much, very expensive. Sadly, Attila has got this effect on it too. Maybe from Shogun 2 Total War, the developers and mainly the publisher doing this marketing type, sadly. And it's a bad way, but the Rome 2, this is not the only bad and problematic thing. But in Total War Attila, it's a more polished way of Rome 2. Some people and fans talking that way from about Total War, that it is a DLC or a rehashed, reskinned Rome 2 Total War. So it's sometimes quiet. I can agree with it. Sometimes not. It is depending on what kind of aspect and what kind of part of the game. The armies, the animations, and the battle section of the game is far more better than Rome 2, I think, and sometimes far more harder, more difficult because of the settings, and but way more enjoyable and way more funnier. But the map I don't quite like in this game too. I liked way much more better the maps of Medieval 1 and 2, or Rome 1 and 2, well, not just Rome 1, sorry, or Shogun 2. This kind of map I don't quite like, and didn't quite like in Rome 2 as well, and in the Empire Total War as well. Let's see, in the buildings, you can see that the building designs and method is the same. It's almost identical to Rome 2, and it's better on that you have more information, at least. And you can see a building browser here too in the main Rome 2 without the patches, if I remember well. This was not quite the situation, so it's far more better now, more flexible, and more information has come. You can build here many good things, and of course in this game, province contain 3 cities as well in Rome too, and maybe in Warhammer Total War that will be the same. I'm waiting more really to Warhammer Total War. I think it will be quite good. Maybe the best Total War in the series. I hope. I quite like Warhammer much, and the universe, the world also, but the system around it. And from the videos that they showed us till today, it seems that it is more polished than Rome 2 or Attila. Was it the first place when it's released? I hope that it will be the case. We will see. Okay, as you can see here, the army, the main army. I had one more or two more, but sadly they were killed. But this is the biggest and better army. Maybe I can go here.
On the move, lads.
Sadly the bridge is in not good shape.
Thirsty for battle.
The game is not so buggy now as Rome 2 was, and also there are fewer technical flavors, and also as you can see the tribes and nations are make their turn much more faster than in Rome 2, so this is the better thing. But also in general the gameplay mechanics, the basics, the engine, the possibilities, the features, in 90% maybe similar or just full of the same. Then you can
Following a new agreement, a trade route has been opened.
in Rome too. If you I saw before, Magyars are in the game. It's quite good. Hungarians, but in Hungarian Magyar, Magyarország. But sadly, we can't choose all of the type of the factions. We must pay and buy for it. A DLC or a little expansion like DLC, many things. Only in that way we can feel we can play with the full game. So it's a quite bad and sad thing, and I really hate this type of marketing. But sadly now, the game developers, mainly the game publishers, the most of it, is that way. Okay, declare war. As you can see, here are a panel for diplomacy, war and peace, and it's quite a good thing. This is almost kind of the same type of 2D map from the battlefields. The battlefields you can use a 2D map also from. This is again the similar and exact thing of Rome 2, where you can use it at also. And you have a new camera type of mode, a cinematic camera mode. And maybe I can show you that now soon. Okay, war everywhere. I will try to show you a battle and also the new cinematic mode. You can see the battlefield here. Before the battlefield begins, before the battle, you can choose that you wait or begin the battle. You must wait when foggy weather has come or rain come, because you can't see too much really well anything on the battlefield, so you should wait when the weather is not dry. Okay, as you can see, it's quite west of a map. There are watchtowers there who can they can shoot us. Some people are in it, and they shoot us really well. Okay, we can move our armies and groups and units. As you can see, the type of the units is almost the same as also in Rome 2, so there are skirmishers, light and heavy infantries, light spear and heavy spear infantries, bowbearers, horsebowmen, simple horsemen with long swords, swordsmen, everything else. Okay, maybe crush the cavalry with our cavalry. And maybe it's little help. As you can see, you can choose that they can run or just walk in the previous games, and also here are the new camera type. It's a really good visuals and really stunning, but sometimes really heavy to watch them for the other armies, other groups, and use the cinematic mode as well. What happened? And also you can use many kind of type of arrow types, flaming arrows, heavy shots, whistling shots. With whistling shots you can go a fearsome effect to the enemy. They can flee much better, much more better. And also flaming shot is used for cavalry and elephants. It has got a more good bonus on the damage against them, and standard shot. These are the times. Sometimes you must change and choose from it, because not every kind of unit need the same type of damage. That's in a good strategy game. Also you can reverse the time, faster it, slower it, as in the previous games.
The unit is running from the enemy.
But I must sadly say that the graphics are not quite as good as you can saw in the first Room 2 videos in 2012 or 13. Much more grey polygon around. The water is quite good, but the other things are not so quite well, I think. Or maybe I just feel that way. Oh. In this game, in Room 2, there's a new thing in the battle system. The signs with the watchtowers maybe, and other signs as well, and also that the enemy units are invisible if they are too far away, or they are behind trees or behind anything, almost rocks or buildings. They are just too far away, or a fog disappeared them, so you must be really careful. You must be prepared with any surprises. So If you kill all of the enemy, you will, of course, be victorious, and also if you flag this flag, if you capture this flag, you will also win. Okay. I really like that the maps are really huge and quite large and vast, but the decorations and the graphic types and engine, it's not quite good. Not quite good as it was in the previous games at his times and their times. Um, if you compare it to Rome 1 or Medieval 2, when they released, they were quite good in graphics, in gameplay, in everything. But Rome 2 or this game for this its own age, this modern age, in the individual games, 2015, it's not quite compare with most of the games that should be. I know it's a strategy game, not an FPS or a TPS, but the computers are far much better than this, I think, nowadays. Many gigs of RAM, video RAMs, memories, so it should be better, I think. But Total War Attila is far more better than Rome 2 was, I think. So I can only advise you to you and only this game to you, but on a Steam sale or other sales as well. I bought it on a sale to 2000 forints maybe, so that is the type of money that it can be deserved. Okay, so this was the one of the battles that I fought in this game, and I won. I hope you will win too, and you will win too when you will buy this game. I gave it an 81%. It's quite a good game, but just a polished Rome 2, maybe we can say so, and not more. Have a good day to you. I shall say goodbye. Bye.